Was good, everybody. Hope everybody having a wonderful day, man. If y'all hear background noises, I want y'all to understand these are my pets, bro. My hamster over here on this fucking wheel turning and shit. But man, let me just say I miss this. I miss this channel, bro. I miss y'all. If y'all been watching me, if y'all actually watch me and like actually fuck with me, I miss y'all, bro. Like I don't understand. Like I personally miss y'all, bro. But I've been working. I've been busy. I've been doing a lot of shit. Man, it's just been a minute. So today's video, I have not watched this girl, but it says how delusion has destroyed society. So I have not watched her. I seen probably like one video of hers and shit like that. I probably seen like one video, and then after that I was like, okay, this girl got some logic. I can't lie, but we'll see, though. You know, like, hey, this is probably something that would change like a different perspective and everything. So, like I said, if y'all hear noises, it's my hamster. He's like on a fucking wheel and shit like that. He'll stop. But we're gonna get straight into this fucking video, though.
What cost? At what cost? So okay. Thank you, Classic. Okay, so at what cost? And what I mean by that is, okay, it starts with you just say their gender pronouns when you meet them, right? And you just treat them as the opposite, like I don't know, whatever they're pretending to be that day. but would you be cool with them playing in women's sports? Transgender, and then what if now we don't have women's sports because
are you an athlete?
Does my deadlift record hold?
I mean, in terms of that, I do think there should be a whole different category for them, just because I think it's quite unfair for a man that now identify as a woman to then say that he wants to.
But he's a woman.
But I know, but because we've already had a long-standing definition in terms of sports, like the way that you participate in terms of hormones as well, men are stronger.
But this is a woman.
I'm not saying they're completely like a man or a woman. I think we should just allow them to be understood. So creating a whole new category for transgender, I'm for that, because you know what? That's what they feel like. So compete with yourselves.
But that's not what they want, because they...
Oh man, like this conversation is so overdue, bro. But I kind of agree with what she's saying, though, because at the same time, I don't care what transgenders do, bro. I really don't care what gay people do. I don't really care. I don't care, bro. Like, people, they do what they want to do. But the thing is, y'all gotta understand, in biology, the thing that I do care about is the fact that they try to change logic or change things their way. And that's what's kind of, like, annoying, because it's like, you saying there's more genders. Okay, bro, if you're born male and female, that's what you are, bro. Like, in the beginning. You can change whatever and do whatever after that. But there's only two sexes. There's only two genders, whatever you want to say. There's male and then there's female. Anything after, you can do whatever, say whatever you want. You can be whatever you want. I don't care. But do not deny the facts. And at the same time, biology studies that, yes, men are literally fucking strong in the sports. Like, you have to understand, in sports, yeah, no, you do not really see women football like mainstream like that compared to men football. You know what I'm saying? Or the same thing with basketball. Women basketball and male basketball. It's not the same. You can't compare the same. Because if you have a man NFL player and a woman NFL player, a game basically, the man is going to direct these women, bro. It's just logic, because they did this. They already tested this. If y'all go look, they had a male transgender woman supposedly swimming in the women's team. He was one of the most, like, I heard he was like not even the best, but he got first place in the women's Olympics, bro. First place. So I kind of agree on that point, where it's like, yeah, they should have their own category. If y'all want to have your own type of thing, have your own type of category. But that's, like he said, that's not what they want. They want equality to the max, where if they're a woman, they're a woman. But at the same time, you still are, like, if you can make babies still, you're not a woman, bro. If you can produce, like, if you produce semen, bro, you're not a woman, bro. I'm sorry, you're not. Sorry to tell you, biology sucks if that's what you feel, but I'm just letting you know, you're not a woman if you can still get a woman pregnant. You're not. That's not how it works. But you can say whatever, you can do whatever, I don't care. But it's just kind of crazy because this is the delusion for real. Let's keep this going though.
Want to be accepted 100% and affirmed 100% as women. And if you're going to do that, you now have no rational argument to prevent that male who identifies as a woman from competing in women's sports because that's now a woman.
I mean, I think there definitely needs to be more studies because in terms of torsion,
what study do you need? Like, I'm sorry, I'm serious. Like,
we're not doing enough studies.
Okay,
I'm not
I
going
just
to
feel
lie.
like, what study do you need? Like, what? I don't give a damn what study they put in front of me. If I see a dude that's 6'4", jacked, and looks like a dude, acts like a dude, walks like a dude, talks like a dude, and then's competing in the women's swimming category, I don't need a study to tell me that's a dude.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, but there are dudes that are very feminine.
No.
Where they have low
It doesn't matter. It doesn't mean that they're women.
No, but that's the point. That I'm just trying to say that it's not one way. You keep using the example of a man that's jacked that wants to be a woman. What about a very feminine? I've met some guys that are way more feminine than me, and I'm like, oh my god, like even their body is shaped.
But they're not women.
Yeah,
Like, okay, but you could, James Charles. Let's take James
She not
Charles.
understand the biology.
You could still tell it's a dude just because he's feminine. He's got even the hourglass like shape, but he's still a dude,
So
even though he's a feminine dude.
Can I ask
Yeah.
you, would you be happy with a man that identified as a woman having all the same rights that you have as a female? Every single right that you have as a female, would you be happy that a man who's identifying as a woman can just turn around, they've had the operation, I've got all the same rights as you? Every single one.
Yep.
All the rights that you have as a female. And they're going to go up against you as a
The women don't understand the LGBT and all them. They are against us, bro. Like, they're not with us, bro. They're against life itself. They're against life. Like the movement itself. I'm not saying people that are bi, gay, or nothing. I'm talking about the movement itself is against life. And it's because these people here not understanding, like, yo, like, you gotta understand. You are literally going against nature. That is literally what it is. They don't give a fuck about the rules. They don't give a fuck about they're not trying to be equal to nothing. They're not trying to be equal. They say they want equality, but they're not trying to be equal, bro. What they are going after is trying to have power. That's what it is. This is something that gives them power. It gives them something more. It's more of it's a privilege type thing nowadays. Because it's like, why are we letting this, like, we letting so much of the feminine side get away with so much now. We letting the feminine side get away with so much. So now if you identify as a woman and you're a male, they're going to let that slide. They're going to let that, you see what I'm saying? They're going to, like, where does it stop at? There's no layer, there's no wall, there's nothing to it. They're just letting it happen. And it's just like, bro, I get it. Do your thing. But when you are going on mainstream telling people that are scientists, when you going against logic, and then you telling and teaching these people, oh yeah, there's more genders, or this and that, bro, you are fucking up the history that has been passed down for way down, like way generations and generations. You fucking up history, bro. You fucking up history. They did not see it like that back in the day. They was doing things back in the day, but they wasn't thinking multiple genders and stuff. This is only our generation we're doing these things. This is our generation that we decided to do these things because our generation seems like they want so much. It's like we're literally stuck in this delusion or this loop where it's like they want equality, they want to be or above. It's nothing submissive about the women or the feminine energy no more. It's like they're trying to take over or they're trying to really be power. It's a power move, bro. So it is crazy because I get it. Women had been suppressed for a long time, but this is not about women no more. This is not about women. This is not about women's rights no more. This is not about, even though women are the main ones supporting this, it's not about women's rights no more. This is way deeper than what we think. And the thing is, it's hard to talk about these things because people get offended by these conversations. They get offended so easily. They get offended, bro. It's just wild. All right, let's keep going.
born female, as a gender female, they're going to go up against you in everything. and they expect the same rights as you as a female, all the same rights that you have as a female.
But I don't even think women have such amazing rights anyways. We live in a very misogynistic
Oh no, we do
world.
not.
We do not.
Yes, I would say like the great benefits that we have as women is that they get to keep the child. In terms of when it comes to court cases, they're more likely to get the child. But really, what does a woman have? That's
women
so
are bailed out.
amazing?
Women are literally bailed out of every bad decision that we make, like every single one. If we sleep around, there's birth control. If we get pregnant, there's abortion. If we don't want to get abortion, if we don't want to get an abortion and we want to live off of the government, they'll pay for our housing. Like literally every bad. If we're homeless, there's women's shelters. There's not men's shelters. They're just homeless.
You're just talking about abortion, so that whoever it is, that Jenner, whoever he is, if he announced now that he's pregnant and he wants an abortion, how would you feel about that?
I literally have nothing against that. I just feel like, how does that affect my life? It affects me in no way.
Did you hear what I said?
It may not affect you
It
now.
affects
It
you.
may not affect you.
Why would it ever affect me?
I'm
That's what I'm
saying-
trying to
I have a
understand. Why are you guys so
wait,
upset?
okay,
Jenner.
can I ask a question?
Yes,
Can I ask a
that's
question?
what-
Can I-
Exactly. That's what.
Can I ask a question?
That's what threw me.
Do you think that do you believe that objective truth exists?
To an extent, yeah.
Okay. Do you think it's important?
Yeah.
Okay. If as a society we start to reject objective truths,
Oh
do
my
you
gosh.
think this leads down to a concerning pathway at all?
Yes,
if we
most definitely do.
categorically reject objective truth in order to accommodate
And we reject truth
the
all the
feelings of a
time.
very, very, very tiny proportion of people, do you not see how that cascades into many other problems, some of which we've already talked about, but many further down the line, which we probably cannot even fathom at this point?
And that's how it all started.
Yeah. Right.
People
so,
saying, "Oh, it
so
doesn't."
I would be arguing
Doesn't
just
matter.
as vehemently about if someone was coming here telling me that 2 + 2 = 5, I would be arguing as vehemently in defense of the fact that 2 + 2 = 4. Not because I'm super enthusiastic about mathematics, but simply because it is truth, right? And to deny that truth, once you break that and you say that that doesn't matter and it's more important to allow someone to make 2 + 2 = 5 or for everybody to accommodate that, you've now, the problems downstream of that now are going to be numerous and extremely chaotic. We're now living in a world where truth is just being rejected. And if you can do it on one issue, you can do it on many other things.
He is speaking straight facts. This dude, I have nothing. Hey, I don't even have nothing to say on that really, but he's speaking like straight facts. It's just the fact that nowadays when you tell people, that's what I was trying to say. If you tell people there's two genders, or you tell people like the truth, they be like, nah, it's not true. Nah, it's like you literally arguing with like a wall, or you arguing with like something that doesn't. It just don't make sense no more. Like but it makes sense to them because they countlessly are accepting this. They are countlessly okay with this. They're countlessly pushing this every single day. And then everybody, even I know people like this too. That it's like oh, it doesn't affect me. This is going to affect society as a whole because later down in the future, yeah, it's gonna become a big thing where you don't understand where it's gonna go. You don't know because it will get worse later on. It doesn't affect you right now, but yes, the rights will get worse later on because. That's how people live nowadays. People say, oh, it doesn't affect me. It's not hurting me. Blah, 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 blah. But it's like, bro, they're neglecting the truth. And that's how so many issues starts. From suppressing the truth. Countlessly. Repeatedly. People are countlessly like neglecting what is real or not, and neglecting what is true or not, and it's so freaking tiring because every time you try to talk to people, even in the younger generation or the older generation, you hear these people and you're like, what the fuck are you? What are you learning? What are you watching? Who are you learning? Like, is this from a book? Do you really understand? Like, are you watching too much TV or something? Like, where do you get this information from? Where are you consuming this so much do you think that this is true? Because everything that I see nowadays is mainstream as fuck. And that's where I feel like everybody's getting their information at. Instead of actually researching, instead of studying, instead of reading a book, instead of trying to figure it out themselves, instead of trying to be a thinker themselves, they decide to go with the mass majority. And that's why the mass majority is straight going to hell. That is why. I am not lying. I am not capping. The mass majority is literally going to hell, bro. Because y'all do not want to accept truth. And this is biblical. Biblical. This is prophecy, bro. They're not going to be lovers of truth no more. They love the lies. They love it. They love the flaws. They love the sin. They love not repenting. They love not turning away. They love it. They love it. This is their lifestyle, bro. Because anything you say to them at this moment, they feel like they can do anything. This is their power. Satan has gave them this power, bro. He has. Remember, this is a biblical channel. He has gave them this power. Let's keep this going.
And
I mean, in terms of like identifying as an animal, I think that is a bit too much for me.
Why? But why?
There's people out
Because
there that
Isn't that closed-minded?
Yeah.
Why not be more
I wouldn't
open-minded?
say I'm completely against it. I'm just saying that it's
I mean,
too much.
if you saying, oh yeah, I identify as a freaking animal or a moose or something like that. Okay, what's that difference between them identifying as like a male and female that they're not male and female? You know what I'm saying? Because where does it stop at? There's people out here identifying as a dragon or an alien. There's people that actually modifying their bodies, changing their bodies, doing all these things to their bodies. And it's becoming such a trend that you don't, like, bro, y'all gotta understand. We're getting to a point where people are not trying to be human no more. We're getting to the point where it's like cyberpunk, for real. This is why cyberpunk, I really believe, cyberpunk is the future, bro. It has to be. Because people don't want to be human no more. People don't want to have common sense no more. These people nowadays are lovers of pleasure. Cyberpunk have so much pleasure in that bitch. And the thing is, the game is fun, but it's spiritual as fuck if you really understand what the fuck is going on. If y'all seen Cyberpunk, if you played Cyberpunk, like the anime and shit like that, if you see it, literally, that is where we go in the future. I give it a couple of years. You're going to be seeing people be having some fucking crazy stuff in their bodies. They already modifying them now. They already training this now. So what else you think that's going to happen? Because they identify as anything now. You identify as anything now.
But why? No, but why?
But I think
Why?
when it comes to humans, that you want to be another like type of human, I think why not?
I'm curious. Please explain to me why you think identifying as another species is too much. Why?
Well, first of all, I guess you can't even use the reproduce. Yeah, it's just weird. It's weird.
You don't think it's weird to chop your dick off? You don't think that's weird?
The fact that you can be born with both, it just shows.
That is a minute number.
That's a different.
Yeah, but
stop,
transgender,
that's a
it's
whole
not like
different
there's an amazing surplus amount of transgenders. But the point is, they are there.
They're there.
Just like you can have a vagina and a penis.
Why do you think
that? So it's possible that you can want to change to a woman. It's like we have to just try and understand it.
Can I just say, right?
Okay, can I just...
The percentage of transgender people, they must take a minority of the world. Why are we giving them so many rights? Earlier on, you mentioned that's the same as race.
This woman wise.
Look how far forward they're pushing us before they push the black race thing.
That
Before the
is
freedom
true.
of it. Look how far, how many hundreds of years that they were saying we're into slavery and all that. But all of a sudden, this small minority is kicking up stink within the last, 10 years they're coming on, and everybody's getting confused, and you're going towards that.
Yeah, but
It's
that's
what
just
you're being-
because,
Yo.
like, it's also transgender.
No, it's what they...
That's to do with power. The person with
She hit her with that logic.
The person with the most power is going to get what they want.
But now
So
the
they're
person
more
with the least power is getting what they want because they're confusing people, especially people like you, that are so easily molded and easily make it believable. These are the small minority, tiny minority who now was coming over like they're the majority.
Yes, bro.
And And that's the problem. Because I'm sure that years ago, you weren't thinking like
Yes,
this. All of a sudden,
bro.
you start listening. That's
Oh my
what they
God,
want you
who
to
is
do.
this woman?
That's what
This
they
is
want
the
And the
you
fact
to
that
do.
they're confusing the children as well.
Oh my
Yeah.
God,
That is
bro!
what
I'm
is
gonna watch this
pissing
podcast.
me off,
But you
because
see,
I'm a mother of two. Do you
as far as I'm
understand?
concerned, she's a child to me, considering my son.
Yeah.
So as far as I'm concerned, they're starting confusing the children already. Otherwise, if she doesn't know who she is, what a woman is, then what chance do we spend for your children, my grandchildren? And that's what it needs to stop,
Yes,
because
bro.
they've started with like the older, they get into you, and now they want to get
Yeah.
into the schools.
Yep.
So according to how you're thinking, it should be okay to go into the schools and to be teaching. I think one of the schools brought it up earlier on, it was on the news, that they did want to teach sex education. I can't remember what school it
To
is.
children as young as 5.
Yes, and now they want to do about transgender and all these different.
Why they
genders
teaching this
with
in schools,
sex
bro?
education
It's a joke.
for school children. And that's what I said to you earlier on. If your child came home and said, "Well, Mum, I now want to be a girl," and as far as and by your way of thinking, the children in school, everybody should be allowed to feel who they want to feel. They should allowed to be who they want to be.
Yes.
So why can't your son wear a dress and shoes tomorrow and have his hair in bows?
And by the way, I hope you know that there are parents in this country, in Canada, and in the USA who have lost custody of their own children for refusing to affirm their gender confusion.
Wow.
That's silly.
Lost custody to their own children.
That's
The,
silly.
the government has stepped in and taken control of that situation
Just think
and
about
decided that because their dad or mom said, no, you are not this thing you're saying you are, you're confused. They've stepped in under the guise of so-called child abuse, because if this is the gateway that's being opened.
And that's where it's going to go.
And that's the logical procession of these ideas. So I've said many times, I'm a big defender of people's rights, but your rights do not include the right to trample other people's rights,
bro.
or the right to force people to believe things they don't believe, or say things they don't want to say, and so on. As soon as you're trying to do that, you're the one who's out of order, because I would never try to force. I have a lot of strong beliefs in this world, right? But I am not trying to force them upon anyone. I will even say, look, you are allowed to believe that you're a man in a woman's body. You're allowed to believe you're a woman, and you're allowed to believe whatever you want. I'm not compelled. You don't have a right to make me validate that. You just don't, right? I don't even have a right. Like, I'm a male. I'm a he. I don't have a right to make you call me a he.
Yeah.
Right? Like, I can't just say, just like I can't say, okay, these are the adjectives I like to be referred by. This is how I see myself. I see myself a lot of ways. I identify as many things, but it's up to someone else whether they want to also agree that they identify me as those things and to refer to me as that.
Okay, we're gonna leave it right there. They speak facts, bro. That older woman was speaking facts the most, and I just find it crazy because it's such a small majority that has, like, they are. They're just like, y'all don't understand, like, they're not that big, but they make it in mainstream media and everywhere else. They make it so huge, bro. They make it so big. They make it seem like this is the new norm. This is the new thing. They have so much power, more than the black people do. And the black people have been fighting for their rights for a long time. And it's just wild because when you try to talk about traditions, and you see the if you even see the new shows nowadays, it's like they always trying to bring down the black community. It's like they always trying to bring down the black community and then bring up the gay community. Or they trying to, the LGBT, the letter gang, or whatever. They're trying to bring them up. And the thing is, like I said, I'm not with the movements or anything with that. I don't support the movements. I don't really care that people are, hey, like you said, they have their own beliefs. It's the fact that they pushing this, that their type of own logic, instead of actually speaking the truth and actually, like, teaching what it actually is. Because if you born a male and female and then you have countless kids switching, we won't have we're gonna be depopulating like crazy. There will not be a history of kids no more. There won't be families no more. And so many people don't understand. There's lack of households, a lack of men. There's so many lack of people that's sane here because there's so much confusion here. There's so much confusion in this world right now. There's so many things going on right now, and people are really countlessly pushing these agendas on people by like they pushing it. Either you accept it, it's like, but then they won't accept your beliefs, but you have to accept their beliefs. That makes no sense. So I don't want to say that much. I don't want to say much because we got other videos we're gonna be reacting to. But this was a good video. I mean, hey, this was a good podcast. I'm not gonna lie. That old woman, bro. Props to her. I respect the elderly like that. Dang. Y'all have a nice one, man.